Hey everybody, recently I did my second ever Retro Swap Box for my Patreon supporters. A Retro Swap Box is where you take a large USPS flat rate box, fill it full of retro goodness, retro games and toys and such, and you send it to a list of people. In this case, my Patreon supporters. They could take whatever they want, up to half the contents, as long as they fairly replace it, and then they send it to the next person. And I started it, and I recently just got it back. So in this video, I'm going to show you pictures of what I put in, and then I'm going to cut to a video of everything that was in the box when it returned to me. So what I put in includes a Namco TV Games plug-and-play unit by Jakks Pacific, Demon Attack complete in box for the 2600, Boom Blocks for the Wii, and a RoboCop DVD, Mortal Kombat the soundtrack on CD, and King of Fighters 12 for the PS3, a Centipede mini arcade game, a Star Trek Spock figure and a Hot Wheels Batmobile, a Game Over book, and a Sega Sports World Series Baseball 95 for the Genesis, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for the PS2 and Lord of the Rings Return of the King for the Xbox, Porky Pig for the SNES and Gauntlet for the NES, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on VHS and the Amiibo from the Super Mario cereal box, Choplifter for the 7800, Tomcat for the 7800, Math Grand Prix for the 2600, Le Mans for the Commodore 64, and Defender for Atari computers, Beauty and the Beast and Las Vegas Roulette for the Intellivision, and Night Gundam Story for the Famicom. WCW vs. NWO World Tour for the N64, a Sonic toy and a Pac-Man keychain, some Star Wars figures and Space Chase for the 2600, a group of Game Gear games and Demon Attack for the Intellivision, and a bunch of manuals along with a copy of Brother in Arms for the PSP, 2 GBA games, as well as a C-3PO Pez dispenser. Now let's see everything that was in the box when it returned to me. Alright, so the swap box has returned. Let me show you some of the stuff, first of all, that came back. Thankfully, most of the stuff that I put in did get picked, but some things came back, like the Batmobile Hot Wheel came back. Let's see what else came back. Some of the manuals I put in came back, which is fine. Some of them I believe were taken. World Series Baseball 95 came back, as did RoboCop on DVD, which the remake. I actually think I might unrip this, rip it open, and I might watch it again. It's been a while, so I remember liking it. And some games came back. Let's see. So basically the Game Gear games came back this time around. WCW versus NWO World Tour came back. Beauty and the Beast came back as the Demon Attack for the Intellivision. And this Night Gundam Story for the Famicom. Now, that means that a lot of stuff actually came brand new. So let's go through this as quick as I can. So I got this other Hot Wheel that I think my boy's going to like. Let's see, I got a Dragon Ball Z game for the PS2. Not too shabby. The first thing I saw when I opened the box was this advertisement, and I knew what that meant. This is a Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. That is really cool. I used to have an issue or two back in the day, and now I get to read another one. I look forward to that. A Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex Brady Games manual or strategy guide. Let's see. Let's just put that one down right there. See, got a couple comic books. So we got Ragaman, which I never heard of before, and V, which is really awesome. I remember watching the miniseries. Let's see. Stuff falling left and right. What shall I show next? How about this? How about the Star Raiders game and touchpad with the overlay? That's a nice touch. Haha, touch. Get it? Touch. It's like a pun I didn't mean, but it's pretty punny. Got a Wolverine action figure, but it looks like I think he had like a bike or something he rode, because he's like in a, like I'm riding an ATV pose. So Wolverine's here now. Got a Mick Foley Dude Love figure with a little WWF plate. So I guess you put him on the plate and he can stand up. Pretty cool. Bang, bang. I got a Lock and Chase and a Frogger for the Intellivision. Those are some fun games for your Intellivision. An interesting, kind of obscure game for the Intellivision, Ice Trek. We got ourselves a Joker. I'm not sure which line this was a part of, but it kind of looks like it could be part of the original Batman movie line. Some NES games. Legacy of the Wizard, Demon Sword, and Robo Warrior. Let's see, got another Tron Mazatron with a really nice looking label. Some Genesis games. Genesis does. With Golden Axe, Alien Storm, NBA Jams, all very fun games. Bass Hunter 64. So we're going to hunt bass 64 times in a row. We got Big Mother Truckers 2. Some more Genesis games in the box. Oh, let's see. We got F-22 Interceptor. I reviewed that before. I was excited about this one. Mario Lemieux Hockey. I actually have been collecting the first generation sport games, and I think that completes my collection. And College Football by Sega Sports. Let's see, what else do we got? We got some miscellaneous goodies in here. We got a Battlefield 4 lanyard, a Magneto, a GBA game with Spy Hunter and Super Sprint. That's kind of cool. A Luigi that came from a McDonald's Toys. I believe it was a yellow warp tube that shot him out. And last but certainly not least, got an Atari Flashback. Now, this is, I'm going to guess it's like 6 or something like that. I don't know if it says, no, it doesn't say, it just says Flashback. So I think it's one of the more modern versions, which I never had one of the more modern ones. Has the plug, has a wireless joystick. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to checking out this version of the Flashback. Even though the 2 is probably my favorite, one of my favorite plug and plays of all time, not just of the Flashback. So it'll be interesting to check that out. That's kind of cool. So thank you to everyone who's watching. Thanks to all the Patreon supporters who took part in this. I really, really appreciate it. I thought the box went really well. Please consider supporting the show on Patreon and joining in on various fun activities that we do, such as the retro swap boxes. And be sure to click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on the next No Swear Gamer video.